This old lady came to the bank I work at to withdraw $10. I told her that for withdrawals less than $100, she has to use the ATM. So she asked to withdraw $1,000 in $10 bills. It sucked, but I counted it out and handed her the money. She took $10, gave me $990, and said, "Deposit this." Do you think she did 1,000 instead of a smaller number just to mess with you?
No wonder you dropped off my stuff and ran. You shorted me. I was supposed to get a dozen cookies, and it's only 12 in the box.
Are you bringing the rest later?
Or are you giving my money back?
Hey blank, a dozen is 12. I made a few extra if you'd like to order more. I won't be able to deliver them, but I can arrange for a pickup after 4 p.m. today if you'd like.
How you bake but can't count? A dozen is 20. A half dozen is 12.
No, it's not.
And you want me to pay again for some cookies I already paid for? You have extra because you didn't give me a dozen. Bring the rest of my cookies or send me back my money. This is exactly why I don't buy things from people in groups.
Because you're an idiot? He really didn't have any sliver of a doubt and just simply Google how much is in a dozen? Just read something about replacing "I'm sorry" with "thank you." So instead of saying "sorry I was late," say "thank you for waiting for me." Replacing negativity with positivity and gratitude. And breaks the "I'm sorry" cycle. Powerful. Thank you for letting me make love with your sister.
You're not supposed to use it like that. Feminists will always have something against Andrew Tate. I don't know why.
It's probably the human trafficking, among other things.
Men, do yourself a favor. If you own an Android phone, wait at least 3 dates before using it in front of her. I can't even count on both hands how many stories I've heard from women that curved the perfect man just because he had an Android phone.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, but if you use an Android in 2023, what are you doing? Should American schools teach Arabic numerals as a part of their curriculum? The majority of 2,313 votes voted no. Well, spoiler alert, guys. Our numbers are Arabic numerals.
Listen, bear spray does not work like bug spray. We would like to not have to say that again.
Are people spraying bear spray all over themselves? What's a real currency?
The US dollar, the most valuable currency on earth. $50,000 would basically make you a millionaire in London or Paris.
Where they use pounds and euros, and both of which are worth more than dollars?
A pound is a use of measurement, bro. We're talking about currency.
I would recommend taking a finance class because you're really lacking in the knowledge department. I still can't get over this tweet.
I don't know what a cisgender is, but whatever it is, it shouldn't be allowed in front of children.
This is Taylor Swift without makeup, giving you a glimpse into just how much women are lying. Ugh.
I'm sorry, buddy, but honestly, she does not look bad. If you can't appreciate a woman without makeup, you're never gonna be able to ever have a wife. What made you quit weed?
I watched the whole movie on mute and started crying because I thought I was deaf.
Yeah, that would do it. I just got this message from my landlord. Don't cook meals in the kitchen.
Please do not cook a big meal in the kitchen, because a steam alarm went on many times. Kitchen just to eat and warm the food. It does not have capacity to cook for everyone. Just try to use it on smart way. Basically, this is a dining area, not for cooking real big meal, as you use it as your home. Thanks.
Hell no. If I'm paying rent, I'm using the kitchen. It's a kitchen.
When you take your daughters fishing in Florida and they catch their first cocaine.
Aww. They're so happy. Congrats to my cousin and her new car. $360 a month for 84 months. What? And that's not a good deal.
Those who want power are the ones who least deserve it.
My brother in Christ, you bought the website. That's you! A Texas man bragged about stealing $50,000 from a Mexican drug cartel. He was kidnapped less than 2 hours later and is still missing. What? Something tells me he's not coming back. Declan Rice is a multi-millionaire, athletic, 6'1" elite footballer, and yet he settles for a fat white girl? I don't understand this world anymore. Process girl, don't want to argue with this. She was before the fame. You don't drop that. She's a good stepping stone, but there are new mountains to be climbed when you become a premier footballer. You can't be bringing a girl like that to an awards night with 10 out of 10 Latinas. Ugh. These kind of guys make me sick to my throat. Oh, I just want to... Kids these days have it a lot easier than we did growing up. That's the goal though, right? We try and make our kids have a great life. If you ever feel dumb, just know that when my friend was 14, she went to a psychiatrist because she had a voice in her head. It was her brain. Like literally just her thoughts. She thought that she was the only person who had the ability to think. For 14 years. Oh, I wish I could have been there when she found out. That would have been so funny. A death row inmate discovered there were untested fingerprints that had been found at the original crime scene. In a last-ditch effort to prove his innocence, he successfully petitioned the court to run the test. They were found to be his own fingerprints. Well, there you go. You made it worse for yourself. Men dressed and acted like men back in the day. Men back in the day? Cups of tea and scones. It's shameful and sad that a hyper-promiscuous, childless woman, Taylor Swift, aging and alone with a cat, has become the heroine of a feminist age. Ugh. Men just hate successful women. I can't think of any other reason. I know her music isn't for everyone, but seriously? This is my dad when he married my mum. I asked him, why were you dressed like this to the wedding? And he said, your mom invited me to the wedding, but she didn't tell me who. They look so happy. I ran into my number one spender. This guy spent 63 racks and she ain't even touch you for a picture? Wouldn't be touching him. I wouldn't. If you were revamping the human body and were to give boobs an actual useful function instead of attraction, what would you have them do? It's 9 AM here and I am starting the day knowing I can hardly hear something dumber than this today. I don't know. Maybe something crazy like feeding our babies? A Chinese guy's TikToks went viral and people realized he responds to all comments with love heart emojis because he doesn't speak any English. Oh, my family burnt to death in a house fire. Yippee! Ladies and gentlemen, these are the drugs my cleaning woman reported to the police. It's a syringe, thermal paste, for a computer, a CPU, that's all. The dream is over for passengers who'd signed up for life at Sea Cruise's 3-year voyage. Some say they have nowhere to return to, having sold or rented out their homes in anticipation of the round-the-world voyage. 3-year life at Sea Cruise cancelled. Company admits it has no ship. I saw this. This cruise company had this huge campaign saying that people could live on this ship, whatever. People sold their houses, people quit their jobs, you know, and then they just admitted that they don't have a ship. What? GTA 6 looks like modern day America. I thought people played video games to escape reality? Huh? Hey Rockstar, are there any white people in the game? Just asking before I waste my money. I'm sorry, what? Someone screenshotted one of my tweets and found the company I work for and sent it to them. It eventually ended up on the director of operations desk. Too bad that's me. I chose to not fire myself. New guy failed a simple weld test, but he thought he bagged the job. God, I've never welded a day in my life, and I can tell you that's a bad job. Oh my gosh. The idea of alpha males is so funny because guys really made up an upper class and then put themselves in it. Okay, if you're an alpha male, then I'm a turbo dude. That's one level higher. You wouldn't understand, bro, because you're just an alpha. Sorry. Yeah, well, I'm a sigma, so get over it. The day my husband asked me to pay halves on my rent is the day I pack my bags. And go where? You can't even afford half rent.
Don't make me get the vax if I don't have the disease. I don't make you use common sense because you can't think.
I just like to point out the irony of this statement. You never get a vax for a disease you have. You get them so you never get the disease. A 10-year-old Mississippi boy who was arrested for public urination after he stepped behind his mum's car to urinate has received 3 months of probation and is required to write a 2-page paper on Kobe Bryant. Are you joking? We're arresting kids for peeing?
My son's 3rd grade teacher taught my son that 1 divided by 0 is 0. I wrote her an email to tell her that it is not 0. She then doubled down and CC'd the principal. The principal responded saying the teacher is correct. What do I do now? To be honest, I'm mildly infuriated, but I'm wondering if I'm just overreacting? Should I just stop fighting this battle?
No, keep going. Let's see how this goes.
The guy I used to bully was my interviewer. I didn't get the job. Can I file a lawsuit against the company?
No, but you can stop bullying. How are you guys enjoying 2024? Is it good? Is it fun? Well, that's great.
I love you. Good